First, I really didn't plan on making a video about all the Resident Evil games and content that is being announced in 2022, but because now there are so many, not only from Capcom but other developers as well, I think I really should talk about it. Hi, I'm Andy, welcome to Screenfire. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like at the end and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any future videos. Resident Evil. It's not a big secret that I'm a huge fan, and because there are so many exciting news and rumors, I thought it's time for a video to talk about what we can expect for 2022. I don't have any exact release dates, and especially one game will probably come out in the first quarter of 2023, but first let's start with the games that aren't too far away in the future.
Don't shoot! Get down!
Not exactly a new game, but still awesome and even for free. Capcom announced on the 2nd of March 2022 on Twitter, Resident Evil 2, 3 and 7 are coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S with visual enhancements later this year. Those who currently own these games on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One will be eligible for a digital upgrade at no additional cost. And on the 15th of March they wrote, "We are happy to confirm that saved data from the original PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions of these games will carry over to their respective upgraded versions. DLC that comes with Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition will transfer over as well." Great news if you ask me, but unfortunately it's a digital only release and no disc versions are planned at the moment. I really hope that with the upgrade we finally can play Resident Evil 7 with other headsets than PSVR. As far as I heard, because of technical issues during the development of Resident Evil 7, that's probably not gonna happen, but I still can hope. Yep, it's the terrible Resident Evil multiplayer nobody asked for, developed by the Chinese company Neobots Entertainment, who are also responsible for Resident Evil Resistance. A leaked PEGI rating suggests that Reverse isn't dead after all. First, it was planned to release Reverse alongside with Resident Evil Village, similar to Resident Evil 3 Remake and Resistance. Do you see the pattern? Also not a great game. A closed beta started for 3 days on January 28th, 2021, and after that there was silence. I played it and you know what? I had a similar feeling with Umbrella Corps. A game that was so terrible, so bad that you could enjoy it on an ironic level just like The Room or Samurai Cop. I played it with a friend and we were constantly laughing about the bad gameplay mechanics, the strange graphic and the boring concept. It felt like the bastard child of Resident Evil and Fortnite. That was just my impression I had at the time, and to be honest, I thought it was cancelled by Capcom due to its poor reception. But that's apparently not the case, and maybe Capcom stepped in and saved the day. After such a long time, I'm really curious what changes they made and if it's still a bad game or maybe something that can actually work. According to the website Leaks by Daylight, we get a new Resident Evil killer and 2 survivors in Dead by Daylight. Chapter 24 is the 6th anniversary chapter and will be shown at the anniversary event on May 17. Around 3 months later, in August, Chapter 25 will be released, which is supposedly another Resident Evil chapter. Leaks by Daylight was right many times in the past, but because it's still in development, everything could change until August. But who is the new killer and who are the 2 new survivors? In the last Resident Evil chapter we got Nemesis, Leon and Jill, and Claire and Chris as cosmetics. So who could be the new killer? William Birkin, Tyrant, Mr. X. Nope. According to Leaks by Daylight, it's Wesker. A weird choice if you ask me. If I had to guess, I would say he probably would be similar to the nurse who can teleport. But Wesker isn't someone I would consider scary. Resident Evil 5 Wesker is rather funny and ridiculous. I mean, imagine being chased by him and he's constantly saying, 7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you. Ouroboros! Nah, that's not scary at all. The two survivors, on the other hand, are way more interesting. It's no other than our beloved stars medic Rebecca Chambers and our favorite spy Ada Wong. I'm curious what their perks are. For Rebecca, I could imagine something with healing powers, and Ada could hack a generator. I don't know. If there is some truth to it, we see it in the upcoming months.
Man blood.
Resident Evil Village was so successful that Capcom announced additional downloadable content for the game with the intention to release it in 2022. Not much is known about it except for a leaked title screen. It seems like the new content comes as a director's cut for Resident Evil Village, and at this moment it's not clear if it's a combination of cut content such as the mermaids in Moreau's level and the new DLC, or just one of the two. There's also a missing minigame where you can hunt as a wolfman, and maybe they release it as well. I expect a new story campaign with Ethan's daughter Rose, but because of her superpowers, I'm not sure if I'm excited to play it, because I also didn't like the run and gun moments at the end of Village. But if it's creepy like the baby in the house Beninviento, please give me more. Yeah, it's an open secret at this point. A Resident Evil 4 remake is in development. It's not confirmed by Capcom yet, but it won't be long until we see the first teaser. If I had to guess, it's either in June during a State of Play or a little bit later this year at the Game Awards show. I don't think they release it this year because so many Resident Evil games in the past were released in the first quarter. It just makes perfect sense to release Resident Evil 4 Remake in early 2023. From what I heard, it's in good hands, and I'm really excited to see in which direction they're going, especially with the story. Even Shinji Mikami, the creator of Resident Evil, said if they do a remake, please make the story better. I also hope we see some influence from Resident Evil 3.5, the version of Resident Evil 4 that was cancelled but was really dark and disturbing. But please, just leave out the space station that we could see in the early trailers. Well, that's it. 5 Resident Evil games and content that's going to be announced and released in 2022. What are you most excited about? Or maybe there is even something you don't want to see. Many fans think it would be a better choice to remake Code Veronica instead of Resident Evil 4. Tell us in the comments, have a good one, and I see you in the next video.